Hey everyone, this is John from Chaotic Commander, and today we have a really awesome game planned for you guys. So I'm going to be playing my Shadow Gang Brothers deck. This is the second time it's being shown off. I did not build this deck, so but it is mostly just a bunch of goblins, and it was pretty fun last time I played it, although it did not get the W, but still a good time. So let's start introducing our guests. Let's start with J-Ro.
Right, I'm Coach Shero, the Unsummoned Skull. I have a podcast called the Quote of Arms Podcast, where people talk about their favorite creature types, archetypes, and synergies. I also am currently running the Theme Deck Throwdown, which is a Kindred tournament. So 16 different essentially creature types are duking it out to see who reigns supreme. Last of that will be coming. Semifinal will be coming up this Saturday, and the final will be coming up to be determined because I have to work that out with the people who are going to be on.
Cool. That does sound like a lot of fun. Next up, we have Lachlan.
I'm Lachlan. You can find me usually on Tuesday nights right here on Twitch, but on my channel, doing Two-Headed Giant, where 2 tombs enter, 4 friends leave. If you're ever interested in joining us, just shoot me a DM, and I'm happy to have new guests on all the time. I have lots of slots in May opening up. I also do some variety streaming, along with Arena and whatever they call MTGO these days. And what I do in real life, I do Hate Has No Home Here events at our local high schools and middle schools, as well as I try and support a couple of the smaller rural LGSs that are trying to get their Friday Night Magic off the ground. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Thank you for having me. I will be playing Kamina, Tyrant of Veraska, which is a Kindred Merfolk deck. I quite like this deck because Merfolk just imply non-binary right off the bat without their Merfolk is a nice catch-all noun, so you can kind of, pretend. And they're pretty versatile. So I'll either be tapping them to draw cards, tapping to make things bigger, tapping and untapping them to make your stuff tap and untap, and possibly even stealing the artifacts out of your deck. So, yes.
That's awesome. Looking forward to it. And last but definitely not least, we have Cole.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Cole. I'm loving mana on all social media. I do a podcast with my buddy Corey called the Urcast, where we talk about Friday Night Magic and EDH. Friday that you're going to be playing Friday Night Magic and EDH. Lachlan and J-Ro, I'm super excited to meet you guys. I haven't had the chance to play with y'all before. John, I know you're a scoundrel, and I will prove it over the table. So I'm going to be playing Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. This is it's a mono red dragons deck. It doesn't run any of like the Splinter Twin stuff. It's a last minute swap from Lapras. I find that Lapras often dies rather than flies. So I'm not going to be doing any cheeky Kiki Jiki combos. I'm just going to be playing some good fair mono red dragons.
I like how you say that, but then like you change it with just another problematic commander. All right. But we have already resolved mulligans and rolled to get to determine who gets to go first. Cole did win the die roll, so take us away, bud. Let's get right into this.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to play a tapped Valakut the Molten Pinnacle and pass.
I'll draw for turn. Perfect. That's actually exactly what I needed. Play a mountain for turn, and I will also pass.
Right, in my admittedly long-winded introduction, I did not actually say what deck I brought. So this is Satsuki the Living Lore Sagas. It is essentially the spiritual successor to the first deck that I played on camera, which was a Night of the Living Museum deck where everything was animatable. This is a spiritual successor. It doesn't work the same way, but it's essentially a giant museum deck, because sagas show the artwork of the different media from the different planes that people go to.
That's cool.
Cool.
And then I'll pass.
Oh, nice.
I will draw for turn. I will play an island. I will tap my island.
Oh, turn 1 plays.
Play a mana vault.
Ooh.
All right. Nice.
White bordered.
I've been
Nice.
around a while. And then I'm going to tap the Mana Vault
Oh my.
for a
Yeah.
metallic one.
Choosing.
Merfolks. So,
Nice.
funny story.
Nice.
I play a lot of typal decks, and Merfolk is probably the one most associated with me in anything other than like hyper competitive, because then it's elves. Although I have taken this to a couple of SCG, modern Merfolk and Legacy Merfolk to a couple of events, but my friends always joke that, you know, are you sure you don't want to name like wizards or, you know, something other than a Merfolk? And when Metallic Mimic was in Standard, when we were in Ixalan, we were playing in Friday Night Magic, and we were in like the final match for the whole shebang that evening. And I got out the Metallic Mimic, and they're like, I go to, you know, I don't even get a chance to say anything, and Fabian's like, do you want to, you know, naming Merfolk, I presume? And I'm like, no, actually, I think I'll name Dinosaur. and everyone just froze, right? And they're like,
What?
dinosaurs? And then I dropped an arcane adaptation on the table. In which, so dinosaur suddenly made me. So I was like, you want to keep saying that? I'm going to make that meme a thing, and I'm going to make that happen, so yes. But in this case, I will in fact name Merfolk and mean Merfolk.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
All right, your graphics still on your overlay, by the way.
Oh, cool. I will turn that off.
Thank you. All
You
right.
don't like my net fee?
I do. But it kind of covers some of your stuff, though. You know?
That's true.
Lachlan, anything else?
I think that's probably enough to do, though I have some floating mana, I guess. No, I'm done.
Awesome. All right. I didn't have a turn 1 play, but I do have a nice little turn 2, pay 2 for a Thought Vessel. And then I'm going to tap the Thought Vessel for a Wayfarer's Bauble. Yeah. What do you think
Nice.
about that one?
That's intense, man.
And I will pass my turn.
All right, I'll draw. That's not what I wanted to see, but fine. I will play a forest as a land for turn, and I will just pass because I don't have anything else going on.
Alright, I'm gonna play out a Plains and a Sanctum Weaver, which is a 0/2. I can tap it to add X mana to where X is the number of enchantments I control. It is an enchantment as well, and I pass the turn.
I will untap. I will take one from my mana vault.
Nice.
Draw for turn. I will play Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth.
Nice.
So all these are
Nice.
forests in addition to their other types. I will tap 2, and I will play Kiora's Follower.
Ooh.
Merfolk, triggering Metallic Mimic. And I will put a counter.
I like that counter. I've seen that before.
Yeah, it is an Infinity Token counter.
I use
So-
those all the time, Cole. What do you mean?
I don't know.
No,
Shameless plug for a good content
Perfect.
creator.
Like, that's what we need to do. We need those lead-ins to the shameless plugs for Megan, because,
Yeah.
you know,
no,
Megan,
no.
not a sponsor, but super cool.
Yep, super cool human being. Well, what to do? Are you swinging at anybody?
Do I want to do that? I think I kind of do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cole, take 2.
Let's take it. Sweet.
Who is?
Cole, because
Uh.
if, you know, anybody who brings Kiki Jiki to a dragon fight,
Yeah, yeah. Imagine we're gonna. You have ancient copper dragon in there?
No, I don't. And I did look it up on EDH Rec. He only has 833 decks on EDH Rec. I don't think he's that problematic, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I figured
isn't
two of
the
them.
ancient copper dragon's green, right?
No, it's red.
Is it the red one? Okay.
Yeah, old Gnawbone's the green one that gives treasures.
Well, there's
This is
an
an ancient
off-color-
green dragon, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't-
an ancient dragon that's green whose color does not say green in its name,
I don't.
which
Yeah, I
is
don't.
confusing.
I don't.
Is that
know
a
about-
riddle? Are you saying a riddle right now?
I know. I
I'm just
know.
kidding.
I know. Ancient gold is the white one. Ancient brass is the black one, and ancient silver is the blue one. I don't know what the green one is. I couldn't tell you.
It's not green, is the point.
It's the ancient bronze dragon, and it
Ancient
puts X 1/1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures where X is the result.
Oh, I mean, I could see how that could go hard, but I could also see why it's not played that much. I feel like green doesn't need that much help.
Lachlan, do you have anything else, or
No,
am
I.
good? All right, I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to pay 2 to crack my. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pay 2. I'm not going to crack my bauble, but I'm actually going to play Dragon Tempest. Whenever another creature with flying ETBs under my control, it gains haste, and when a dragon enters, I can have it deal X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons I control.
Oh gosh. Okay. Cool.
And then I will pass my turn.
Okay. I will draw. Cool. But cool. All right. So I will play Swamp. What I'll do. I'm gonna tap 3 for a Blood Sun. So when it ETBs, I draw a card. And it just
Nice.
basically turns all lands lose all abilities except for mana abilities. So no, we don't all have force anymore. It's like the big thing. All right, and then I'll
Oh,
pass.
bummer.
Just really needed another draw is what it was.
So Cradle is now just a colorless land. Is that how that works?
Yeah, yeah. I think it. If it has the,
That would make sense to me.
if it doesn't have,
It's just land,
so it's not a forest.
and it says each land is a forest in addition to its other types.
That's the only thing it says. So no, it doesn't. I don't think it taps for anything.
It's just generic land.
Yeah. So I don't think it has a tap ability because it's not a forest anymore. That's unfortunate. I didn't know it did that. I thought it was a legendary forest or something. Whoops.
No.
Whoops. It's okay.
I think it's an interesting interaction.
We'll look that up. But after that, I will pass.
So I'll put out a forest, and now I tend to like to play cards that do crazy stuff and that enable fun things for everybody. So I'm going to put out a Right to Flourishing. So extra lands, extra draws. I'm going to put out a Plains as my extra land.
Okay, that's nice.
I need 1 color, so I'm going to tap for 2 green and a white.
So
And I will play the Huntsman's Redemption.
Okay.
I think the mana ability remains. So it itself is a forest.
But doesn't it give itself its own ability? Like, because it doesn't have a basic land type or anything.
I'm reading the.
Huntsman Redemption, first chapter gives me a 3/3 beast.
Cool.
Nice. Oh, it isn't a forest.
Oh, that's interesting. If a land has an ability that continuously changes the types of other lands, such as Urbog, that ability will apply before Blood Sun removes that land's abilities. If a land has an ability that grants abilities to other objects, Blood Sun will stop it from doing so.
And then I will pass the turn.
That seems very unclear, actually.
Each land is a forest. So that's a continuously changing.
We have a judge in the chat. Any judges in the chat? I'm not too pressed about it. I don't care. I just wanted the draw because it lets me draw.
Is anybody in the Judge Discord?
I'm not in that, so I don't know.
I know where to check. I'm just because it's gonna fall under the same thing as Blood Moon. Actually, that's likely to have better rulings.
Okay, so the idea is that the card. So Yavimaya continues doing what Yavimaya was doing.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't do that for anything else though. So lands that are not Yavimaya are not forests.
Yeah, that's what that was my initial impression, was that it removes it from, and that's kind of what Gatherer says, right? Is it
Interesting. Cool. That satisfies me. So.
It is a weird layering thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I passed the turn when you were ready. I played Rites of Flourishing
so basically,
and then Huntsman's Redemption.
the ability going to other objects is stopped, but it in and of itself gets to still be a forest because that's the mana ability of the forest for that particular land.
Okay. Cool. That works for me. Alrighty.
My turn?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I was still. So untap happens.
On your upkeep, I don't think you can get priority on your untap, but it's
Yeah.
at the end of your upkeep that the Mana Vault deals damage.
It's at the beginning of the upkeep. If it remains tapped during your upkeep.
Yeah, players cannot activate things during the untap step. It's the upkeep is the first chance.
It says at the beginning of your draw step is the errata. Or like that's the modern.
Yeah. So there is the opportunity
On your upkeep, yeah.
Yeah, you can actually respond, but I'll take one more from that.
Okay, interesting.
And I'll play Kapala, Warden of Waves. So spells my opponents cast that target a merfolk I control cost 2 more to cast. And abilities the opponents activate that target a merfolk can cost 2 more to activate. I will trigger...
Nice.
In response to the metallic mimic trigger, I'm just gonna crack my bauble and grab a land. Just letting you know.
Sean, I will swing at you for 2.
I will take 2.
And then I will pass my turn.
All right, I'm just gonna give it a couple good more little cuts. All right, so I'm gonna draw my additional card off the Rites of Flourishing. I will play a land myself.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then what I want to do is have some good old-fashioned pay for. Let's get out at Sushi, the Blazing Sky.
Nice.
It's flying a trample, and when it dies, I choose one. I can exile the top 2, or I can create 3 treasure tokens.
Yeah.
And it does gain haste because of my Dragon Tempest, and I'm gonna have it deal 1 damage to target creature. If there's anything, I'll deal 1 damage to the metallic mimic.
You have to pay mana to do that.
I don't think so. It says whenever a dragon enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target. Oh, it has ward, but metallic mimic is my bad. I suck. I do have 2 mana. I'm gonna do it. Blam.
It doesn't do anything, right? It's a 2/2, right?
No,
Is it a
I think it's a
2/2
2/1.
Oh, it's a 2/1.
2/1.
Oh, okay.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
I'm sorry I had to do that, Lachlan.
It's all right. I'm sure you'll get it back later.
All right, I'm gonna move to combat, and if that's all right with everybody.
Yeah, sure. Oh, can't do anything about
And J-Ro, you got 40 life. I'm only doing. It's not personal. I'm just bringing you down to the rest of us. I'll pass.
that. All right.
Below the rest, but whatever. I don't care.
I'll untap. I'll draw.
As long as it moves the game forward.
Again. I'll play 1 land for turn. I believe I get to play another land for turn.
Yep, that would be the rights.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will play another land for turn.
Why are we getting to play 2 lands for turn?
Rites of Flourishing.
Rites of Flourishing.
So was I allowed to play 2 lands?
2 cards, 2 lands every turn.
Yep.
I did not know that, or I would have played a
Do
second
you want to retroactively put another land out?
I definitely do.
Check and make sure it's okay, as long as it doesn't change
Yes.
any decisions.
That's fine.
Okay.
I will
I will even put it in tap so that there's no salt over
Doesn't
it.
matter.
play
don't think.
Goblin War Chief. Basically gives goblins haste, and they cost 1 less to cast. But outside of that, I will just pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw, Huntsman trigger. I may sack a creature. I actually don't want to sack a creature though, because I like both of my creatures.
Fair.
I'm just gonna draw my 2 cards. Play out a land.
I gotta change these sleeves. Like, look at that. It just like comes right off.
Well, it's kind of cool. Like if you took a quarter to it, it would be like one of those
scratch off. Well, it's just a basic land, so it's not a big deal.
What brand of sleeves were those?
I have no idea. They came with the deck. They're old. They're very old. No clue. I need to re-sleeve this deck so bad.
I'm gonna tap for 3, 4, 5, and put out a Mirari's Wake. Creatures I control get +1/+1, and my lands tap for a double.
Oh, nice.
So what did the first 3 come in from?
The Sanctum Weaver.
Okay.
Enchantment, enchantment,
Oh,
enchantment.
they were enchantments you control, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So this is essentially a Sithis deck.
No, it is a Sagas deck. There are 40 Sagas in here.
Oh,
Nice.
Just trying to make the non-sagas actually relevant.
that's fair.
That wasn't a negative comment. It was just me understanding it's an enchantment deck.
I played a good amount of non-saga enchantments, but there aren't a lot of non-saga cards in the deck. That's what I'm saying. So it's not really a Sithis deck.
It's more of a saga focused. Yeah, I like I haven't seen this printing of Satsuki. It's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. Eventually it'll get altered. The version that I'm thinking of, because I usually alter my commanders to be Pokemon like Grothama here.
Whoa, that's so cool. That's amazing. That looks really good.
And then the decks represent what the card does. What I'm thinking of is having it be a Ralts holding up a book. Like, would you read to me, Daddy?
That's awesome.
Interesting.
That seems like a champion deck to me.
Well, that's where the sagas come in, though. They're the different things that it could be read to.
That's very creative. Very cool.
Yeah, he's got pretty cool things.
All right.
So now I'm figuring out just how I want to use the mana, though. It's a little tricky. I think what I'm going to do is 2 white for a Starfield Mystic.
Okay. Okay.
Enchantment spells cost a generic less.
Nice. Nice.
Whenever an enchantment goes into the graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter, which happens a lot with sagas.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 minus the 1 for Mending of Dominaria.
Okay.
So Mending's first chapter. Yeah, this is going to be a
What
little
is
messy.
let me just, before you resolve that, I want to just see what mending does here.
First 2 chapters are mill 2, then I can return a creature card from my grave to my hand. And then 3rd chapter is return all land cards from my graveyard to the battlefield, then shuffle. Look graveyard into the library. Right now I have nothing in my graveyard.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I did mention when I was deciding on this deck, I have no idea how powerful it is because I haven't played with it before, and I certainly haven't played with it in a version that has 40 sagas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what all of them do. I said if it's a saga and it doesn't like refer to planeswalkers or something, I'm putting it in.
Cool.
That's awesome.
This includes ones from like sets like the Universes Beyond sets that I haven't seen before. Alright, so milling 2, Azusa's Many Journeys, and a Plains. So in a couple turns I'll get a land.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Alright, I do have the Beast, which is currently a 4/4. I was already sent to 4/4, so might as well respond in kind, I guess. 4/4 back at goal.
Right on. I accept it with open arms. Down to 34.
And then I will pass turn.
At the end of your turn, actually, J-Ro?
Yep.
I'm gonna untap the mana ball. I'm gonna tap 3 for a Kadama's Reach.
Ramping.
Nice. Nice.
Lachlan, did you draw an additional card on your draw step
I did not.
from the Flourishing Rites?
Fortunate way is draw 2 and pay 2 extra land. Pay an extra land.
It's pretty nice.
I usually refer to it by Flux rules. Draw 2, play 2.
Okay.
Flux is a fun game.
Yeah, I've got one of the original prototypes of Flux.
Funny.
That's cool. Is that like a Kickstarter thing or?
No, I'm pretty sure it predated Kickstarter. No, it was just I was involved in the games industry once upon a time, and was it PAX the year before it formally came out, and was part of the group that was testing it.
Cool.
Love and Rockets, baby. So, I'm gonna put my foil full art Kurohitsuko Lord of the Rings Island into play,
Nice.
and then as my
Cool.
additional land, I will put the forest in.
The forest doesn't come in tap though if you're playing it per turn, right?
You're right.
Yeah. That mana. Mana.
Making mana is OP.
It is. It's really.
Making blue mana is OP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what condition?
I am going to then tap my mana vault and my forest and my islands, or Kamina, Tyrant of Araska.
Is that signed?
Yeah, by the professor.
Awesome.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
sweet.
This is actually the professor's list from the Shuffle Up and Play that he played Kamina on.
Oh,
Cool. That's
With
awesome.
the exception of a couple of cards that I just didn't have. It doesn't have a Root Water Diver. It has a different Root Water card. I do not have a Gaia's Cradle in here. Mine is melted into a lump of lucite.
I like the flexing the paper list. It's rare to see a handwritten paper list nowadays.
And then that
Actually,
is...
considering I haven't even typed mine.
I'm so bad at getting deck lists together.
And like, I even wrote my name at the top of it, just so that no one...
Nice.
I'll say, when I used to play competitively, I used to memorize my deck lists, and I keep a notepad with me because I have a bad memory. And so I would, like, the night before a tournament or something, if I was working, I would rewrite my deck list from memory.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know where... I was cleaning up in here because I've got a new standing desk. But I still have my Moleskine little notebook from the season I came within one win of hitting the Pro Tour, and it's amazing the notes I took on like what my opponents were playing and what I played into it. And yeah, it's because the ability to reconstruct the games afterwards was key to being able to improve. And I have 2 floating mana, which I will let drain from my pool, and I will declare that I'm leaving my first main phase.
It's good on me.
You have no blockers, Cole?
Nope.
I think I'll take you for 3 more, please.
Down to a prime 31.
And I will pass my turn.
All right, I'm going to draw my 2 cards for turn.
By the way, these are not angry arms, these are cold arms.
I actually had a really nice day here today. I feel like it got up to like 50 degrees. It's pretty nice.
Oh, I didn't turn the heat on when I got home from work or light a fire, so... And my house doesn't have any heat unless I light a fire.
Come on, baby, light my...
All right. Nice. All right, Cole. What you got for us?
Okay. Well, so I played a mountain, and so just a heads up, my Valakut is doesn't really do anything because of the Blood Sun.
Yeah.
So going forward, that's something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and play for 5 mana, Inspired Tinkering. So I'm gonna exile the top 3 cards of Library, and until the end of my next turn, I may play those cards, and I make 3 treasure tokens.
Cool. Nice.
Dragon Lord Servant, which reduces my dragon spells. Impulsive Pilferer, which is a little goblin with Encore. And a Chowswarp.
Nice.
What did you say?
It's chaos.
Chowswarp, Chaos Warp. These will kind of go into my little... I'll keep them down here, just so you guys can see them. They're maybe in this little corner, so yeah, that sort of thing. Sweet. So I have 5 from the Inspired Tinkering, and then I have 5 mana remaining. I'm going to spend 2 of it on this cheeky little Dragon Lord Servant, and I will... That doesn't trigger my Dragon Tempest or anything because he's not a dragon.
Right.
I'll move to my combat, and I mean, I recognize that J-Ro, you got a lot of mana with your Mirari's Wake, so
I could have made it so I didn't, but that's
Just
okay.
the Mirari's Wake. The Sanctum Weaver plus Mirari's Wake is what's really drowning.
Yeah, that'd be...
so I will swing at you at Sushi the Blazing Sky.
Another 4.
Another 4, yep.
You got it.
Awesome, and I will move to my end step.
Play 2 lands for turn. Let's see. So I will play for 4 a Death Reap Ritual. So at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, I may draw a card. Then I will just tap 3 for a Hordling Outburst. I'll just create 3 little 1/1 goblins, and I will pass. Bunch of little 1/1s, no big deal.
Untap. Upkeep,
I let that
draw
resolve?
trigger.
The real question
Huntsman
is, do I let that
Redemption.
resolve?
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
the hordling outburst.
Well, are you about to devour them? Is that what
No,
you're?
I don't. I don't know. I don't have anything in my hand that can do that.
Okay, then you have your goblins.
Yeah, they're just little chump blockers right now.
Okay, are you set?
Yep, you're good. Go ahead. I'm just
Okay.
drawing some stuff.
Untap, upkeep, draw trigger. Huntsman Redemption goes to 3, and so I'm going to give my Beast and my Starfield Mystic +2/+2 and Trample until end of
So-
turn.
At the Scholastic Book Fair last week, I invested in a manga art class book so I could learn to draw better tokens.
All right.
Nice.
We're talking. I feel like I'm getting targeted for bad drawing again. I had Reversal Wizard do that to me, so I spent like
not-
5
no.
minutes drawing a good. No, it's okay.
I am not targeting you for bad drawing. I'm just saying I draw so badly that I bought a book.
Right. Has it helped?
And I know that you have kids, so you can appreciate the allure of the Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Mending Trigger, mill 2.
I was attempting in my autistic
Because
way to make a
creature goes to my
connection,
hand,
but
but
apparently
nope.
I failed.
Just a Plains and a Vault 13 Dweller's Journey.
It's
And
just
then
as bad.
draw 2 for my turn. I'm going to tap the. This is actually kind of tricky. Tap the Weaver for 3 green.
Oh goodness. Gotta remember not to rub my nails across the
2
back of these
white.
cards.
3 green, white. I'm going to use the 2 white and 1 green to make a Satyr Enchanter. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. It's one of the enchantresses. Use the
How
2
many
green,
cards do you have in hand?
2.
Okay.
I'm going to use the 2 green to make an Eladamri's Vineyard. At the beginning of each player's main phase, I think it's main phase 1 in particular, add 2 green. Doesn't matter which main phase. Let me check real quick. Eladamri's Vineyard.
I think it's pre-combat main phase.
Pre-combat main phase, which I am in, so I don't get right now, but I do get the draw trigger. I have a 2nd green still floating, so I'm going to put a Utopia Sprawl on a forest and get another draw trigger. So now that particular forest produces 3 mana.
Does it?
It has the Mirari's Wake adding an extra mana and the Utopia Sprawl adding an extra mana. On a card. Alright, so I will tap this turbocharged forest for 3 mana to make Befriending the Moths.
I have a moth on my playmat. I feel like we're friends now.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Maybe that means that giant fuck off dragon won't come in my face. I don't know.
It's been pretty consistently coming at you.
That's okay. I have a punchable face. Target creature I control gets +1/+1 in flying until end of turn. So I'm going to give that to my fairly large beast. I will go through its stats once I get to that point.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just going kind of nutty and having fun with it. I'm going to make 2 green and 2 white. So once again, making sure that this is clear. 2 green, 2 white, using 2 white and 1 green. Or actually, no, just 1 of each. For a City of Death. First chapter, I get a treasure token.
Wow.
Starfield gets a +1/+1 counter, by the way, because which one was it? Huntsman Redemption went to the graveyard. Okay. So City of Death comes out. I get a treasure token. Draw a card from the Satyr.
Is there actually a way to turn J-Ro up just a tiny bit?
I'm muttering a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm also a little bit
Yes.
away from my.
But if that doesn't
microphone?
work in the Discord chat, you can like double click on the
Right.
and then you can turn him up individually a little bit.
Right. Got it. Yes. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So I have a treasure token. Let's see how much mana I can make, though. Do I have enough for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's just not enough. Okay. Do not have quite enough for that spell, so I'm just going to use the green and the white to cast Satsuki, because that's what my giant board needed.
So you
It
have
is a giant board, but the spells themselves aren't great.
yeah, but you have no available mana to you, right?
I have 2 white.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have 2 white, and I actually did not wind up using the treasure, so I still have a treasure as well. From City of Death. Okay, so the beast is currently, we got +1/+1 from the befriending, so it's 4, and then it gets +1/+1 from the Rari, 5, and then 2 from the Huntsman, so it's 7. The 7/7 Flying Trampler. The Starfield Mystic is +2/+2, so it's a 4/4.
Hmm.
Alright. Moving to combat. I'm going to swing 7 in the air at Lachlan and 4 on the ground at John.
Okay. It doesn't have trample or anything, right?
The Starfield does not. The Beast does.
All right. Yeah, I'll just chump block with a goblin.
So there is 7 flying trample coming at Lachlan. There we go. Booped, snooped. Quite aggressively. And then I pass the turn.
At your end step, a creature died, so I will draw.
Okay. So with my priority in his end step, I'm going
Oh,
to tap Kira's follower to untap the mana vault.
You got it.
Sweet.
That's it for me. So now we have Rights and Eladamri's Vineyard helping everybody.
What does the vineyard do? Remind me.
Your pre-combat main phase, you get 2 green.
And then can you do my cognitively impaired little ass a favor? And you've got dice kind of on the table. Can you put them on the sagas so I can tell which sagas are where?
Here's the reason why I put them above it, so that you can click on the saga and actually bring up the image. If I put it on top of the image, then when you click on it, it won't come up. If you'd rather I put it on top of the image, that's fine.
I find it easier to figure out because you're using the same color dice for mana, so I just need to. I mean, it's up to you. It's your board.
I'm only using the dice for mana temporarily, and then I move them off. I do also have little tokens that I use for mana usually, but my board is cluttered to the extent that it's kind of difficult to find a spot for it.
I'm still living with the after effects of a very nasty head injury a few years ago, so things that
That's okay.
seem obvious to most people that would they be able to keep straight, I do find it difficult. It's one of the reasons I had to quit playing competitive Magic.
This is a somewhat difficult deck to play, which I am learning as I run it. It is a little complicated.
Okay.
Well,
so
very
I get
complicated.
2 cards, and I have 2 green mana. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
And you can play an
2
additional
cards,
land this
2
turn.
lands, and 2 green mana. Because I like to see people go off and do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play an Alchemist Refuge, which taps for colorless in this particular milieu.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Not a problem. So I'm going to use the 2 forest and 2 islands, and I'm going to play Surge Spanner. Whenever Surge Spanner becomes tapped, I may pay 1 in a blue. If I do, return target permanent to its owner's hand.
I do like people returning stuff.
I'm going to get 3 from the Mana Vault and 1 from the island. And I'm going to play a Distant Melody, naming Merfolk. And I'm going to draw 4 cards.
Nice.
I will play my second land for the turn, which will be a Hedge Mage. I will get to Surveil 1. I will leave that on the top of my library. I will tap and untap to Merfolk I control to make Mina unblockable. Again, I think I'm going to have to come at Cody. Or Cole.
Right on. He is a 2/4? A twofer? Okay, I will take it down to 29. And that is commander damage, and I will keep track of it because I can imagine that can become relevant with an unblockable merfolk.
It's potential, yes. I am going to tap my Kiora's follower to untap my Mana Vault.
Nice. you're kind of bleeding, just so you know, just a little bit.
Sorry.
You got it.
I am going to tap. I did that totally wrong. Okay, I can do this. I am going to tap the Mana Vault for 3. I'm going to use a blue, and I am going to play a Marrow Commerce. So at the end of my turn,
Oh, cool.
I am going to untap all Merfolk I control.
Okay.
I will, in fact, go to the end of my turn. Going to untap my Merfolk,
Okay. All right.
and then I will let the other 2 mana drain away, and I will. Do I want to let the other 2 mana drain away? Yeah, I already did. So, yeah.
If you could go back to your main phase too, there's no harm in that.
No, it's fine. I'll get it next time.
I will go ahead and untap, but I will draw my 2 cards, and I'll spoil it. They're both lands. I'm going to play them both this turn. I'll go ahead and add 2 green to my mana pool as well. I will play both of these lands, Valakut, Blood Sun. It's a whole thing. But, it feels good to have the number, even if they're not really, doing the job.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here is spend my 2 green mana and 2 red for a Goldspan Dragon, which is usually 5 mana, but it's reduced by 1 because of my servant. It has flying and haste. Whenever it attacks or becomes the target of a spell, I get to create a treasure. And my treasures that I control tap for 2 mana, sacrifice for 2 mana.
Nice.
And then, provided it resolves, I do have it will gain double haste from Dragon Tempest, which means it can attack the same turn that it attacks, but really hard. And it will deal 2 damage to John, just straight to the. Actually, let's do it to this little goblin war chief.
Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah. Sweet.
I know. It wasn't sweet. I'm sorry. That was cruel of me.
Yeah.
It was sour. I'm sure it tasted sour.
Yeah. You might have had better targets, but it's okay. Okay. It's no big deal.
Well, don't worry. The love will get spread around. Okay, so then I'm gonna spend 5 mana, and I'm gonna cast my commander, Krinko, the mob boss. Just kidding. It's Kiki Jiki. Mirror.
Yeah.
Same initials and everything. Sweet. Provided he resolves and all that. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna spend 1 treasure and a mountain on a professional face breaker.
Nice.
We'll start kind of breaking some faces, ideally.
At some point, I hope they make an amateur face breaker.
So I'm gonna move to my combat.
So before combat,
Sure.
I'm going to tap 3 untapped Merfolk that I control. I am going to pay an island and 1. And I am going to bounce your Goldspan Dragon back to your hand.
Okay, in response, I will tap Kiki Jiki, and I will make a copy of the Goldspan Dragon that will get sacked at the end of turn, and it has haste. And it will enter, and Dragon Tempest will see it. And at that exact moment, I will control 3 dragons, and I will go ahead and man, it's I'm, J-Ro, I don't want you to feel like I've been, tearing you down with the dragons. So I obviously, I don't want you to
do what you need to do. I don't care.
You got a lot of sagas over there.
What do you wanna hit?
I think I'm gonna go hit Satsuki the Living Lore.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
For 3 damage.
You got it.
Okay. So the Goldspan Dragon will get bounced, and then we'll be back at combat. And just for sake of convenience, I'm just gonna have the Goldspan be this, but he's a token copy of him.
You hit it with damage though, right?
Yep, just 3 damage.
When it dies, I get to choose up to 1 return a saga or enchantment creature I control with its owner's hand, or return a saga from my graveyard to my hand. One of the reasons why I play it is because it actually unsummons.
It's pretty cool.
So I'm gonna use it to return a saga from my graveyard to my hand, and I will choose Vault 13.
Okay. So for combat, it's gonna be a Goldspan Dragon. A Goldspan Dragon at you, Lachlan. You know, you returned the real copy, so the ghost is like seeking vengeance. And then Atsushi is gonna feast upon you, John, for 4 damage.
Sure.
And on attack, with the Goldspan, I do get to generate a treasure.
Okay.
Awesome. And so, Lachlan, if you take, it'd be 4 damage. Awesome. Okay, sweet. And Professional Facebreaker is going to see 2 players dealt damage to, which is going to make me 2 more treasures. Awesome. Second main phase, I will go ahead and spend 1 and 2 of my treasures to cast the original Goldspan Dragon. Oh, I'm so sorry. It'll actually be 1 less because of the Dragon Lord's Servant. Just 2 treasures there. And he's going to see the Dragon Tempest, so he'll gain haste, and I'll get to deal 3 damage to something. It's going to be the Untapper, the Kiора's follower. I'm going to spend the 1 treasure here.
Tap the Kiора's follower and untap my mana vault.
Okay.
By the way, have you seen the extended art, Kiора's follower, the alt extended art?
No.
It is gorgeous.
Cool.
Oh, and then I'm so sorry, but when you returned the Goldspan Dragon to my hand, he does have a ability. It's like ward, basically, but I would have
No, it
made.
doesn't. It's
target of a
only for
spell.
spells. Mm.
Game nights.
good
My
try.
death animation.
Good
Yeah,
try.
good call. Good call.
Good try. I like it. I like the
You
moxie.
caught me. You caught me red-handed.
Like-
Pay, though, for the privilege of killing Kyora's follower.
Oh, I did. I paid 1 treasure for it, which taps for 2
Yeah.
because of my Goldspan.
1 treasure gives you 2 manas?
Yeah, that's what
Goldspan Dragon has a secondary ability that says I can sacrifice this artifact and add 2 mana of any one
That's
color.
fine.
I love Goldspan Dragon. I really do.
All reliable. Let's just spend 1 more. You know what? I'll call it there and move to my end step, and that token creature is gonna die.
At your end stop, a creature died. I'll get to draw.
So if you sacked the treasure, I believe you would have gotten 4 mana out of that because you had 2 copies of Goldspan.
But it only gives it the ability to tap and sacrifice this artifact to add 2 mana of any one color. It gives it 2 instances of that same ability.
Yep.
Okay, so that's it. Nothing
Yep.
else. No shenanigans. Okay, cool. I like
Nope.
that. I will draw 2. Then I will create 2 green mana. Okay. Let's see. It's unfortunate. I'll use the 2 green, black, and green for Wart, Bogart, Ante.
Nice.
Then I will do, let's see here, 2 and 1 for Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So I'll create a 2/2 Goblin Shaman.
Cool card.
Yeah, so when it attacks, it creates a treasure token. I don't have haste anymore, so better. Goblin Shaman. Okay, let's see, what else do I do? I can't really do anything else, so I will pass the turn. No creatures died, no draw. Go ahead.
I did have a creature die on Cole's turn, though.
Yeah, but I already drew for that. It only triggers once, and I had
There's also a Goldspan that was sacked at the end of the turn, right?
but it only triggers once, or
Yeah, I'm just saying it would have triggered anyways.
Yep.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw step. I'm going to start off with the Mending of Dominaria, which will finish and give a counter
Nice.
to Starfield Mystic.
Thanks for the follow, Red. Appreciate that.
When it finishes, I return all land cards from my graveyard to the battlefield, then shuffle my grave into my library. So that's 2 planes come out. And then the mending I don't think returns itself because I don't think it goes away yet. But the Huntsman's Redemption and Azusa's Many Journeys will get shuffled back. Then befriending the moths we'll go to second chapter. Again, giving the beast +1/+1 and flying.
Lost Cole.
I'm still here.
Oh,
what happened?
okay. Sorry. City of Death goes to second chapter. I'm just gonna make another treasure. And now I go to my draw step.
Oh, jeez.
Put out a forest return because those other ones were just put into play. I'm going to pay 3 for Vault 13. For each player, exile up to 1 other target enchantment or creature until it leaves the battlefield. It is up to 1, so I don't have to pick any. So I'm not going to pick any for me. You know what? I kind of just like the game where it is right now. I'm not going to pick any for anyone.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's very kind
Wow.
of you.
Farewell. Exiles everything.
Right.
Ah!
Dang.
No, but I will draw my card from the Enchanter. Then I'm going to make 2 white, 2 green, have 1 green floating for Battle of Bredegard. So Battle of Bredegard is going to make a 1/1 green elf warrior.
I
Oh, no, it's a 1/1 human first.
see. I see.
Here's a human. Okay, draw my card off of Enchanter. Use the green and 2 white, although I'll actually still have a white for Dragon Kami Reborn. Messy. Already was messy. Oh no, he won't be here. Okay, Dragon Kami Reborn. Gain 2 life, then look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1 of them face down with a hatchling counter on it. Then put the rest on the bottom in any order. So I gain 2 life. Look at the top 3 cards. 1 of them will get a hatchling counter on it. I'll use this one. There's a hatchling counter on it. The rest of them go on the bottom in any order. Draw my card from the Enchanter. Use the white I had floating to make a land tax. Draw a card from the Enchanter. Let's see. I'm not sure this will actually do anything, but we'll see. 6 -1 from the Starfield for the World Spell. It looks like it should be powerful, but it actually does very little. Look at the top 7 cards in my library. I can reveal a non-saga permanent from among them and put it into my hand. The rest go on the bottom in the random order. There aren't that many non-sagas, though. Because there are 40 sagas.
Oh, wow. And it says read ahead. You could choose a different chapter.
Yeah, I can put 2 non-sagas from the 1 card in my, or the 2 cards in my hand.
Very interesting.
But what I will do, it says non-saga permanent card, so I'm going to put a forest into my hand. And then play it as my second land for turn.
Solid.
And the rest go on the bottom in a random order. On the bottom anyways, so it doesn't really matter that much. I will pay 4 to get Satsuki back out. Oh, actually, I didn't drop the world spell. That's fine. I will pop the 2 treasures to make. Actually, I only need to pop 1 of them to make an Era of Enlightenment. Strike 2. I will bottom them both. Okay, enough shenanigans. Time to actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
So Beast is currently a 5/5. The Starfield is a 5/5 as well. The Goldspan's just a 4/4, right?
Goldspan is a 4/4, and I have an untapped 1/3 Dragon Lord and an untapped 2/3 Professional Basebreaker.
Okay. Right, so the beast has flying though because of the friend 5 in the air at Cole and 5 on the ground at Lachlan.
All right.
Lachlan, how you Blocklin? Oh no, okay, sweet. I will go ahead and take it.
How you
It just-
Lachlan?
I think it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just me, or is Lachlan frozen for anybody?
I feel
In
like I
addition to
just
being
saw.
very cold.
I feel like no, Lachlan's blinking.
Preternatural stillness is a skill.
Okay, there we go. All right.
No, they were blinking it.
Okay, that's good. I just wasn't sure because I didn't see the movement. Yeah, in addition to being very cold, also frozen. All right, I will pass my silly turn,
All
Good
right.
turn. Nice sagas. Good
Right.
stories.
and the deck is doing the thing.
It is doing a thing. Maybe I should have played Chatterfink tonight. See what that deck does.
It's not too late. You could probably swap it in.
Oh yeah, just right now, just like I'm gonna shuffle this away, and yeah, no, my draws tonight. I don't think that'd be great. I've been drawing like crap.
Hey, I'm trying to help.
You are trying to help, and that is very kind of you. So that's every main phase we get the 2 mana, right?
No, just the pre-combat main phase.
No, I'm talking about but it's every turn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, I'll use the 2 forests and 2, and I will play a Vendelkin Orrery.
Nice.
I will tap an untapped Merfolk I control to give Kamina unblockable. I will pay 2 blue, and I will bounce your Mirror Break.
Are you talking to me or John?
I'm not talking to John.
Okay.
Because the Fable of the Mirror Breaker on the field too.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything. Like literally.
Oh, I wasn't adding it as another question. I just was curious. I had to
Really?
specify.
You were actually curious as to which one I meant. And then, because apparently, threat assessment is not the table's strong suit, I will swing at Cole again.
Okay. No, John is playing Colligan the dragon, or no, just Rector. I'm just kidding. He's 2/4. Okay, it's 2 more.
I will say, in terms of threat assessment, I'm doing a lot of game actions, but not a lot of much of anything.
Oh man.
The Mirari's Wake certainly put in some work there.
Yeah.
I didn't say that we weren't assessing you as the threat. I implied that other people, which may include you, were not assessing the level of threat being posed by the other people at the table.
You're doing a lot of untapping of the Mana Vault yourself, Lachlan. So
All right.
I'm not saying that things are not super. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, that's. You're misunderstanding what I meant, but that's okay.
Probably the most controversial thing I've done so far has been to not activate or to not employ the Vault 13.
What's that?
Probably
Yeah,
the
I
most
know. I
controversial thing I've
was very impressed with that. That was more restraint than I would have shown. That's for sure.
Right.
I will say I am extremely exhausted right now, and I've been battling a killer migraine most of the day. So that's a portion of that. If something's gonna kill me, I'd rather kill me faster.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I think that will constitute my turn. I have untapped my Merfolk.
Nice.
okay, gonna draw. All right, so I have 2 green in my mana pool. I'm gonna play a mountain. I'm gonna cast for 5. Kiki Jiki again. This time this time it's personal, or something
I
like
can
that.
anticipate that.
And then I am going to. I'm so sorry, but J-Ro, do you have any artifacts on your board? It doesn't really look like it.
I have one treasure.
One treasure. Okay, cool. And then Lachlan, you also only have the Vidalcan Orrery.
You countered Kiki Jiki, right? Dissipate?
Yep.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, just right then?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm so sorry. I was reading something.
Yeah.
That'll go into the commands end. Sorry, not.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean it was personal, like coming towards you. I'm not trying. We're both pretty low health here, so it's not like Let's go.
What are you politicking for, bro? Just do it.
I'm not politicking. I am, just making sure we're all good. Let's just go ahead and cast Kiki Jiki again for 4 mana from the Goldspan Dragon and 3 for a total of 7. Then I am going to yeah, I see the
You already know it's about to happen.
Let's
already know I wanna love you.
I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay the 2. I'm gonna bounce the Kiki Jiki again.
Sweet. I will go ahead and tap the Kiki Jiki and make a copy of the professional facebreaker.
Oh, interesting. Not what I thought you were gonna do. Not gonna lie. I was expecting another Goldspan Dragon.
It gets me another treasure from the attack. And I guess I get the Dragon Tempest damage, but the professional facebreaker I think overall nets me more.
The same.
So
ish, I guess.
I mean, it's a dragon deck. Why wouldn't you expect them to make more human warriors?
Right. Yeah, fair.
Okay, so J-Ro, in terms of actual creatures on the board, untapped, you have like a little human guy
I have
with a pitchfork.
Human, I have the Satyr Enchanter, and I have Sanctum Weaver. All of them have +1/+1 from the Mirari's Wake.
Oh, awesome.
And you've got your commander, right?
I am a commander, which also has +1/+1 from the Wake.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. I will swing my 2 professional facebreakers at Lachlan because you removed Kiki Jiki twice. I have to break your face twice. And the dragons will go 1 apiece at both of the John and J-Ro. They're both 4/4s. I'll have at Sushi go towards J-Ro and the Goldspan towards John.
Sure. No blocks from me.
Taken before.
Okay, sweet. So everybody will take 4 damage. And I've damaged each player, so I will make 6 treasures because I have 2 facebreakers.
Why do you have 8?
You should only have 6.
I think I had 2 before.
No, you used them for Kiki Jiki.
You spent that too. That's why you took it
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Keep trying to cheat over there. Second time. Sorry. It's been a long
All right. Well, I think that's a fine turn. I'll go ahead and pass.
All right. So you'll have to sacrifice that token so that I will get to draw for that. All right. So I'll untap. My upkeep, Wart will trigger. I'll return Goblin War Chief to my hand, and then I will draw 2. Are you serious? God damn. I'll
You
have
get
2
2 green.
Yeah, but I'll have 2 green. Alright. I will tap 3 for Goblin War. Oh, wait. This ticks up. I won't do. I'll discard 1 to draw 1. I'll discard Riveteer's Ascendancy. Draw 1 for. Cool. Play a Mistfire or Mossfire Valley. Perfect. That one will almost does nothing. Okay, I will. So this. I'll cast my commander. So I'll use the 2 green. So this will be. I'll just tap these 3. Also have the 2 green because it's discounted by 1. Then I will. Doesn't really do much. I will move towards combat, so I'll lose this 2 green. I will send the goblin shaman at Cole, but on attack I will make a treasure.
Right on.
It's a 2/2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'll block it with my my 1/3.
I will. No creatures died. So I'll go to discard. I have to discard 1. I will discard Bogart Mob. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, lots of draw step stuff. So first, I'm going to tick up the vault, gain 2 life and scry 2. Bottom of both. Befriending the Maws. I'll go to 3, so it'll exile, then return transformed as a 2/4 flyer called Imperial Moth. Arrow of Enlightenment will trigger. I'll gain 2 life. City of Death will trigger. I'll make another treasure. Tommy Reborn. Gain 2 life. Then look at the top 3 cards in my library. Exile 1 of them with a hatchling counter. 3. Whatever, I'll exile this to the hatchling counter. Battle for Rediguard. I'll make an elf warrior. Boop. Alright, and then World Spell. Look at the top 7 cards. Reveal a non-saga permanent from among them and put it in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reveal Herald of the Pantheon. The rest go on the bottom, a random order. Now I start. Draw 2 cards for the turn.
Oh wow.
That was all during my draw step.
Yeah, I see that. Holy crap. Alright.
That's how nutty this is. Okay, put out a planes for turn. I have 2 green, reduced by 1. I'll make an Enchantress's Presence. Now I have 2 Enchantress effects. Draw a card off of the Satyr Enchanter. Put another land for turn because I need it. Make the Girl in the Fireplace. So I get a Human Noble with Vanishing 3 and prevent all damage to be dealt to that creature. I have 2 Enchantress triggers. Alright, floating a white, I'm going to cast Restoration of Igancho. Search for a basic plains, put it in my hand. Birds. Because I need it. Okay. Now, with all this stuff out here, I'm going to tap Sasuke and put a lore counter on each saga I control.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice.
That's the thing.
Alright, Vault 13 trigger. There's nothing exiled with it, but it will go to the graveyard, which will trigger the Starfield. Battle for Bradagard goes to 3. Any number of artifact tokens or creature tokens with different names. Make a copy of them. So I will make a copy of each token I control, which is a lot of them. So there's 2 humans. There's a second beast. There's another treasure. There's another elf warrior. So there's another treasure here. Another elf warrior. Another one of whatever these things is. I like that I have to say it that way. World spell goes to 3. 2 non-saga permanents from my hand onto the battlefield. I'm gonna put out a forest and a plains for no apparent reason. Arrow of Enlightenment goes to 3. Or this will trigger as well. Arrow of Enlightenment goes to 3. Exile the saga, then return it to the battlefield under my control. It's now a 2/2 first striker. Throw in the fireplace, makes a horse, and has doctors I control have horsemanship. I don't have any doctors,
Nice.
but whatever. Restoration goes to 2. I may discard a card. When I do, return a permanent with a mana value 2 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. Tapped, I'll just discard a Herald of the Pantheon and return itself, which is kind of funny. City of Death. Have it make a beast this time, I guess. Dragon Kami goes to 3. Flips. Battle went to the graveyard. That's over here as well. Dragon Kami flips and is now a 0/1. Whenever Dragon Kami's egg or a dragon I control dies, I can cast a creature spell from among cards I own in exile with hatchling counters on them without paying their cost. I did not know it had to be a creature spell. I don't actually think either of them are creatures. I wish I had known that. Oh, that is silly. So they're just kind of stuck, I guess, because I didn't know that. Okay, Starfield Mystic is currently an 8/8. The Beast is a 4/4. I'll have to check to make sure on these flip Kamigawa cards. Do they attack because they exile, then return to the battlefield? I think they're summoning sick.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, the flip side of the Azusa one I know comes in summoning sick because I have it on Arena.
Yeah, it's like play that one on Arena a lot.
It's so annoying because the Kukumina does whatever. Kukumina does Kaskazana, whatever that is. When it exiles, it comes back specifically with haste. But all the other ones don't.
It would be so much better with haste than Azusa one.
Yep.
Yeah, but
This would also be summoning sick. So let's see what is not summoning sick.
just the original tokens you had, and then Starfield Mystic, and then
The Enchanter,
Yeah.
the Sanctum Weaver.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of them that are able to attack. Alright. I think I'm going to have to take out the Infinity tokens just to be able to present an attack out of this because it is so crazy. Okay. Right now, you have colorless mana, Lachlan, but not colored mana up. Is that correct? And no creatures. Is that correct, Lachlan?
I said correct.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, if I repeat something, it's because I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Also, I made a big sign.
Okay. It's a little bit of glare on the top left. That's why I wasn't sure, but that's okay. Alright. Sanctum Weaver. A human token, so that'll be a 2/2.
I do have flash.
I understand, but you also do not have mana up, if I recall.
I have 3
Besides colorless.
mana.
Yeah, so
And
that, I mean, yeah, attacking into colorless mana is a bit of a trap, but I'm okay with that. Sanctum Weaver, there's a human, Elf Warrior, those will go one place. Alright, I'm going to send a 3/3 and a 4/4 at 11 mana.
Bring it on.
An 8/8 at John, and 5 power worth of creatures at Lachlan. A pair of 2/2s and a 1/2. Or 1/3.
I'll block the. You said a 4/4 and a 3/3.
Yep.
And that's with the Mirari's Wake buff, or
Yeah, that's with the buff.
Okay, sweet. I'll block with my Dragon Lord Servant. It's a 1/3, so you know
Blocking the
how it
4/4
goes.
most likely.
The 4/4. Yep.
Yep, I'm taking 3.
All right, and I will take the 8.
Yep.
Down to 19.
Alright. I will pass the turn attempting to make this slightly more legible.
All right, at your end step, a creature died. I will draw.
And don't forget, you get 2 mana from the Eldamiri.
So I'll use the 2 green mana and 2 islands for Biden to Thassa.
Mm-hmm.
I will make Kamina unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 and an island, and I will bounce Aoshi.
Atsushi.
I will do 2 damage to J-Ro.
Oh, you're attacking for 2? That's fine.
Yep.
Sure, that was properly. Yep, you got it.
And I will draw a card. No, 1 from the Alchemist Refuge. I will play the Soul Ring. I will move to my end step. I will untap.
Sweet. Okay, I will untap. Get 2 green mana. Well, after I draw my cards. Okay, I'm gonna do my bi-weekly artifact count. I'm just curious about the number of artifacts y'all have individually.
2 treasures.
I have 1 treasure token.
And Lachlan, you got 4.
4. I thought we were going around in turn order, so I let John go first, and then I thought J-Ro.
Oh, sorry.
I'm only asking because I have a card. It's a newer addition to this deck that I yoinked from a pack over the last couple weekends.
Cavern Horde Dragon?
You know, speak of the devil,
Yeah.
and let's do it. It's going to be reduced by 4, so that'll make it a mighty 5. So I'll spend my 5 mana for Cavern Horde Dragon. Flying Trample Haste. It deals combat damage to a player. I get to make a treasure token for each artifact that player controls.
Yep. Is that still like a $20 card?
I am not sure. Just to be clear, this is my 5 mana from the Cavern Horde. This is all untapped. I will spend 5 to do a let's bring out the little guy himself again, Kiki Jiki the Mirror Breaker. All provided he, resolves. He gets the AOK.
No response from me.
Goodbye, me.
Lachlan Oguchi.
Yep.
Sweet. Oh, and I'm so sorry, but when Cavern Horde Dragon entered the battlefield, he gained double haste, and he should have dealt 2 damage to a target player. J-Ro, I'm going to have him ping you down if possible. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Nice.
So I am going to talk about moving to combat, but before I do that, Lachlan, I know this Cavern Horde Dragon implies that I would swing it at you because I would get the most treasures, but obviously we're pretty low. We're both in the teens, so if you're chill about not bouncing my Kiki Jiki and maybe focusing that on a Mirari's Wake or something, does that sound enticing? We don't have we don't have to do too much in terms of combat.
I tell you what, if you don't swing at me, you can keep your board.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
I will say though, targeting my stuff, bouncing my stuff, is actually counterproductive right now.
Well,
the reason why I haven't gone farther in the game is because I've drawn a lot of lands. Bouncing my stuff enables the enchantresses to go further.
How many lands do you have right now, J-Ro?
A giant pile plus 2 more in my hand.
So I guess do with that information what you will, Lachlan. I am going to tap my Kiki Jiki and make a cheeky copy of my Cavern Horde Dragon. And when it enters, it's going to gain double haste, and Dragon Tempest is going to deal a remarkable 3 damage. And let's go ahead and some of your flip sagas, they're pretty crazy.
They're also pumped. The Imperial Moth is a 2/5.
I'll just go ahead and deal the 3 to your life total directly. It's
Please, thank you.
Yu-Gi-Oh sound effect.
Yeah, that was pretty loud though.
Oh, I apologize for the.
I love the excitement. I really do.
And then we'll have a moment of combat. It's gonna be, maybe probably okay. Let's do 2 cavern hordes at you, J-Ro, and the gold span dragon is going to come at you, John. And on attack trigger, I do get a additional treasure. Yet again, I forget to spend my 2 green mana.
I will go to 18.
How much was coming at me?
12 on the
Good.
ground.
12 on the ground, you said?
Oh, I'm sorry, in the air, but 12 all day. Yeah, that was the. It's it's 12:30. It's the brain.
Okay. Good.
It's like
So
1:30.
these 2 dragons deal damage, and I do get to make a couple of treasures because you said you have 2 artifacts, the 2 treasures.
2 treasures, and while I could burn them, I'm not about to.
Okay. I will make my additional 2 times 2 4 treasures for a total of 7 plus 4 11 treasures. We'll do a little spin down here.
Cool. All right. What else you got, bud?
I'd like to get out a blocker because I can imagine there's some big damage coming around nowadays.
Mhm.
So for 1, or actually we'll just do 2 treasures here down to 9 because of my gold span. For Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. And I've been holding on to this since the opening hand. I wanted to play it, but then we had the Rites of Flourishing, and I was like, who cares? But now it's like the game's getting long. I want to play these cards before I lose them. Descent into Avernus.
Oh, nice.
So nothing happens right now. But and I'm so sorry. I'm bad. But again, it's 12:30. But when Atsushi enters the battlefield, he does gain haste from the Dragon Tempest, and if possible, I would like to plink something for 4. J-Ro, do you have an enchantress that I can snipe for 4?
There is one that is hittable.
Is
The presence is not a creature.
Okay, gotcha.
So the one that's
satyr?
hittable is Satyr Enchanter, which is a 3/3.
Let's smack him down where he stands.
Good.
Awesome. And oh my gosh, and then I'm so bad. I also didn't make my professional facebreaker treasures. Would you guys mind if I made an additional?
Go ahead.
It would be 2 treasures. I apologize. I'm gonna sack a treasure to the professional facebreaker to exile the top card of my library. It's a ruby medallion, which I'll spend 1 treasure, generating 2 mana to go ahead and cast. And then I'll sack 1 more treasure to exile off the top. Tectonic Reformation. It's not really what I need right now. Let's.
So you have a Descent from Avernus that's on the stack, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I assumed that resolved.
Well, the thing is you cast it, and I went to do something.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All the things that you had forgotten. So, Descent from Avernus is going to do what?
It doesn't. I mean, at the beginning of my upkeep, you put 2 counters on it, and then each player creates X treasures and deals X damage to each player. So at the beginning of my next upkeep, everybody will take 2 damage and make 2 treasures.
Okay, I'll let that go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speed through. I just assumed I'm like I don't know if I'll even make it to the next turn. But I realize you have low health, so that might be relevant.
Yeah, and a pile of open mana, including blue.
Very true. All right, so then if possible, I would like to have cast the ruby medallion, and then let me know if you have any response.
You can have your ruby medallion.
Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice an additional treasure and exile off the top. It's a steel hellkite. That's a nice little dragon there. And let's do it for 3 treasures. Going down to 3 treasures, I'll cast a little steel hellkite, which I should have done this all in my main phase before my combat, but it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Is that where we are right now?
No, this is second main phase. I'm sorry if I misspoke. I meant I should have done all this before because the dragons get haste. But I was just making conjecture. Steel Hellkite enters. It gains haste, and it gets to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And I'll have that go to John your life total directly.
Sure. I'll go to 13.
Awesome. And with that, I apologize for the little bit of the cheeky turn there, but I will pass.
It's your end step. Creatures died. I'll draw.
Provided the Hellkite resolves also. I didn't ask.
We good to go? Next.
Good on my end.
I'll untap. We'll draw for turn. I'll draw twice.
Oh, and then this guy died. I don't know if you drew a card off of my turn.
Yeah. So then Kiki, Fable, the Mirror Breaker will come back. So I get 2 green mana. I'll play Command Tower as land for turn. I will use one of the green mana for Dig Up. I'm gonna search for a mountain, and then I'm gonna play that as my second land for turn. I'm gonna pay 2 red for a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. So basically, I can other goblins get +1/+1. I could pay a red and tap them and deal damage equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield this turn. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna use 2. I'll use my last.
Haste from the other lord, right?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay, good.
So I'm gonna use my last green mana and this for Krinko, Mob Boss.
Nice, which also has haste.
Yes, it does have haste.
Sweet.
Yep. No responses.
No.
Cool. I'm gonna tap Kiki at this, pay a mana, create a copy of Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. Yeah. So then I will tap Krinko to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goblins. 12.
You can kill me?
Yeah, I'm thinking about killing someone.
Please.
Alright, yeah, for sure, go for it. I will tap this in a red. I'll deal 12, 14, 15, 16 damage to J-Ro.
It's only 16? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
No.
Are you counting? Don't you have a copy of the Hobgoblin?
So 2, 3, 4, 14.
Okay.
Wait. 14.
What?
Yeah, 14, not 4. It's only 14. Only 14, not... My math was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're at a little higher life. Then I will sack a treasure, tap to do it again. This time I will deal it to Cole, right?
Right on. You said 14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Do your goblins have haste, John?
They do have haste. Goblin Warchief gives them haste.
Do you want one of his big dudes gone?
No, because I could just swing out and kill him with my little guys if I needed to. Probably should have tapped this a little differently. I will go combat. I'm gonna send. Actually, I had a trigger I missed, but it's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna swing Goblin Shaman at. How many creatures do you have, J-Ro? You have a lot, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that are untapped.
11 untapped creatures.
Get rid of one of them for you.
Yeah, I could have killed a player, but I just miscounted here. It's fine. I'm not too worried. I'm gonna send Goblin Shaman at Cole. So a 2/2 coming at you. I'll create a treasure because this deck is all about red pips.
Is that all for attacks?
Yeah, it's all for attacks.
I'll block with my Hellkite.
Cool. That'll die. Let's see. I've got. So I will go ahead and I'll sack the treasure. Tap 1 for Mob Justice. So it deals 1 damage to target player for each creature I control.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and I'll kill J-Ro right now.
Good.
Yeah. Then J-Ro's dead. I don't have any red mana or else I could kill someone else. So that's gonna be it. I'll sack the copy of this. Creatures have died. I will draw. And then I need to discard. No, I don't. I have exactly 7. Never mind.
So, I wasn't gonna do this,
Mm-hmm.
but you killed J-Ro and
Mhm.
left Cole at 5.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Did not mess with you at all.
I know you didn't. The thing is I am now in a position to win the game.
Cool.
Good.
Go for it. That's fine. Game's gotta end.
Yeah, but okay, so
Like, there's no way I was gonna be able to kill everyone Unless I could have. Yeah, I'd needed a way to tap Krenko again. I couldn't have bought myself enough time to do it.
You think Psych Rift?
I don't know. 'Cause if I had one red mana left, I could have.
You also could have swung out with your horde of 12. They were, at the time they were buffed up by +2/+2. What about your little tiny guys?
That's true. I forgot about that. I forgot that actually gave.
They're all hasted.
Yeah, I actually had enough power on board to win.
Hmm.
Damn, that's too bad.
That's why I was a little surprised you only swung your goblin shaman at me.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't thinking. I forgot that. I was just.
It's late.
Yeah, I was just knew that it could burn people, so I was like, yeah, that's what we'll do. Forgot about the. They would have been a bunch of 3/3s, but it's fine. I messed up the win the last time I played this deck too. I could have dealt 40 damage at instant speed, and decided to do it at sorcery speed, and then proceeded to lose to Teferi's protection. So. So it's fine.
Yeah, I think I gotta do this. So
maybe tap a little differently, but
what's that?
oh, I'm talking to myself. I'm gonna kill the host in the chat.
I am going to, in fact. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that how I want to do that? I think so. I think that makes the most sense. What am I gonna do here? Yeah, that makes the most sense. All right. What was that? That's the hand bracket. Okay. So the Sage of Fables will come out first. And then the Cyclonic Rift.
Okay, so in response to Psych Rift, I'm gonna tap 3 and I'm gonna sack an artifact. So everyone sacks an artifact. I'm gonna sacrifice
Nice.
Bloodsign.
I'll do my Hellkite, but I do have a response as well. I'd like
Okay,
to.
you said second artifact and then said plus.
Oh
one.
yeah, sorry, sack a enchantment. I'm sorry, enchantment. It's green.
Enchantment instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
Then
Descent into Avernus, but I'd like to sack a treasure and look at the top card of my library. Okay, continue.
Yeah. I will lose everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
I can sack any enchantment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
so
enchantment.
have to be Biden and Thassa. And then I'm gonna tap 3 Merfolk to draw a card. And then to upkeep,
Okay.
and I will take 1 damage from draw 1 card. I am going to, just in case, I'm going to play Strip Mine, and then I'm going to sack the Strip Mine and destroy the Valakut.
Done.
Well then. Yeah, I'm just put Shatter Gang back in the command zone instead of my hand. I'm not gonna cast him again.
Each other wizard.
Even if
comes
I
into
survive
play.
the turn.
I usually try and only play a Psych Rift so I can win on the exact turn,
Mhm.
but your life total is just a little high.
Yeah.
So we will take 2 forests. See, everything is forests now. 2 forests, and we will float 1 from a Soul Ring, and we will cast Eternal Witness. We will bring back the Metallic Mimic. We will pay 1. We'll pay 1. The Abamayam. And the 1 floating from the Soul Ring to actually play the Mimic. Naming Merfolk. We will pay 2 blue and 1 for Captain Counterpart. We will copy the Sage of Fables. So it will come into play with a +1/+1 counter from the Sage of Fables, and
Mhm.
another +1 counter from the Metallic Mimic.
Mhm.
We will tap an untapped Merfolk that I control. Oh, there's no blockers. So I will swing at, and I will swing at John for 4.
Well, I don't have any responses, so you
Yeah.
kill me unless John has something. But
Nope.
GG.
Nope, nothing. So I will go down to 9 life.
Then on my end step, I will untap all my merfolk.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, let's see if I can get anything more. Untap. For turn. Interesting. Target creature. Okay. I guess I will tap for soaring. Why not? Let's see if I can get some stuff going here. Tap for 3. I'm going to go ahead. I'm gonna tap 2 and a green for Goblin Warteeth. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to float 2 mana. I'm gonna do this. I don't think there's any way I can do it. So do this for 3 for Goblin Matron. I will search for Goblin. See if there's anything that can do anything. Yeah, maybe. I'll grab Munitions Expert. So in ATBs, I can have it deal damage to target creature, planeswalker equal to the number of goblins I control. Which I read that wrong, so that doesn't matter. It's fine. I don't care. Alright, so we are coming up to the end. I guess I will try. And I will. You've got enough to kill me on board. I'll just concede. I can't do anything else. Good game.
I've been holding a useless daze all game. But I was gonna flash back the cackling counterpart for Kapala if you tried anything like that, because it would cost you a bunch more mana, because I'd have 2 no, sorry. For the Surge Spanner, and then tap to lift them both up before you could attack with them.
Yeah.
That
All
was
right.
so. Thanks for winning the game, John.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. It's been a long night. Let's start with Cole. We'll sign off, shill all the stuff you got to shill, and we'll end it here.
No, seriously, that was down entirely to how you attacked.
Yeah. If I just would have realized that my creatures were buffed, I could have won. But reading the card, I didn't do it.
Hey, so thank you so much for the game. That was a ton of fun. I'm glad I got the chance to join in. A little less a minute there, but that was a ton of fun. J-Ro, Lachlan, John, you guys were a blast to play with, and that was a pretty exciting game. A lot of stuff happened. So thanks for having me. GG.
Of course, good game. All right.
Oh, and I'm so sorry, but the Urcast podcast, check it out. It's Corey, me, and all my socials are Love and Mana.
Yes.
Love that name, by the way. That's a great username.
Thank you.
Definitely check out the Urcast podcast. It is fun. Anyways, let's go to Lachlan.
I also want to say I had that Cyclonic Rift in my hand for a very long time, but I did not want to be the asshole player who played a Cyc Rift just to prolong the game. Only reason I played it was how, like, with J-Ro being gone and Cole on such low life. I keep mixing Cole and Corey up. Cole on such low life, I'm like, okay, this is suddenly not a jerk thing to do. So I do kind of apologize, because
Game has to end sometime.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it just to prolong the game.
Alrighty.
I would have let you kill me with it in my hand had that been the way it went. But yeah, so you can find me on Twitter and most socials as Loch Ness, or Lachlan, sorry. On Twitch as Loch Ness. Tuesday nights mostly, where I do Two-Headed Giants. 2 teams enter, 4 friends leave. It was great to get to meet Cole. That dragon deck, fuck. Like, that was, like, again, like, and I think both you and J-Ro could have won easily, and those were both very incredible decks. So much going on in like upkeep stages and stuff, but I think you both had the game at different parts and chose to not win, and I can applaud that. So. Yeah. So anyway, and thanks for having me back, John.
Of course.
I'm glad your charity streams were such a success. do hit me up next time for more charity stuff if that's what you need me to do.
Alright.
Otherwise, yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here, so I'm done talking.
Right, and last but definitely not least, we have J-Ro.
The coach himself.
Yeah, Coach Aero on someone's skull. Although I didn't do the most bouncing this game, I did some though, a little bit, anyways, with the sagas. Yeah, I'm on someone's skull most places. I write for Commander's Herald. I also have Quote of Arms podcast and the Theme Deck Throwdowns. And right now, I'm trying to keep my head off so it doesn't hit the table, because that would not be a good thing to hit the table. We just want cardboard on there, right?
Right. And as always, I'm John from Chaotic Commander. You can find me Chaotic Commander on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great night, rest of your week. I will see you guys Friday.